any individual, if you ask them, what is it you're going to cook? Well, I'm going to cook some pork. Okay, well, is it just a piece of pork? No, I mean, there's other things you have to add to it. There's other ingredients. Now we have, cheeses and we have lentils. Suddenly, now you've got a whole meal. And that's how I think people look. And when they shop, that's how they shop. They shop for a meal. And that's the idea of Taste of Alberta.
We were talking about how do we feel this need about getting information about where your food comes from out to the public, out to Albertans. That's when we started Taste Alberta. We had this project with Post Media again, and it was called GastroPost. And it was about posting your pictures of food in Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. And they would tag it Taste AB if it was local, if it was Alberta. And then their pictures would show up in the newspaper once a week. From there, that's when we really transitioned into the social media, telling the story more online. Blogging became a really big thing. As Taste Alberta grew, more people wanted kind of that face-to-face interaction, to do events, to learn about food where it's not just something you're reading or something you're looking at in terms of a video sort of things. When we started, I think they were thinking local meant going out to the farmer's market or a small retail to get your local meat. What Taste Alberta brought to that was that you don't have to go to a farmer's market. You can find local at your grocery store. You can find local in a restaurant. And lots of chefs then started to really take up using local ingredients on their menus. People like that. They like to support local businesses. And I think that that was really one of our successes with Taste Alberta.
For Alberta pulse growers to be part of Taste Alberta, it's just a really great partnership because the farmers that grow pulses also grow a number of other commodities. So it only makes sense that the end result commodities also work together and we partner together. So working with Taste Alberta allows us to bring that message together to share a nice cohesive message with consumers that all foods fit, all foods are good, all foods are healthy, and being able to not only promote pulses, but also the other commodities as well that our farmers produce on their farms.
70% of what we produce in Canada, we ship out of the country. In the case of meat products, in our case, like pork, how do we bring that pork back to the consumer here? And it's only because those people outside the country pay more and understand its value. And so we're backfilling in Canada, almost $1 billion worth of pork. We're trying to take media personalities out, bloggers, and get them out onto the farm, get chefs out onto the farm and see what's there, and then create a meal and see how it all comes together. And I think that's part of it. Then the chefs or those people who are in the food world, blogging out, talking about the food, now have a connection back to where it originated from. You have to find things that are fun for the people that you are trying to attract. So it's not about us. I mean, we know everything we want to know about pork. Well, we probably want to know more, but we want to engage the people who want to buy the products, who want to use the products. And so how can we make it fun for them? How can we make it engaging for them? And that's how we have to think of, like in Taste Alberta's situation, how do we look at all of us as a group trying to make it fun for those other people?
We're in the backwater of Alberta. No, where exactly are we?
We are in Fort Saskatchewan.
Anything for a barbecue, isn't it? Tell me what's happening here today.
We are hosting a Feast in the Field event. It's a event that Milk Crate is putting on, and we've been waiting 2 years to cook outdoors. We were ready to go last year, but then, that happened. And then here we are. So we reached out to Alberta Pulse and Taste Alberta, and we said, we need a farm and a field, and they were able to help us connect.
And wham bam, we have a barbecue. In your restaurant, do you cook with Alberta produce?
Yes, yep. We use Alberta pork, canola oil, and pulses. We love cooking with pulses.
These events, is this going to be something that you're going to continue doing as Taste Alberta?
We'd love to continue doing these kinds of things, and we like working with chefs. We've done similar things before, and we hope to do more in the future for sure. We have an initiative right now called Be Assured. And Be Assured is about letting consumers know that no matter what their diet is, if they're vegan or if they're vegetarian or they want to eat whole foods or if they're paleo, no matter what their diet is or what their values are, that they can be assured that their choices, if they're choosing local, is worth feeling good about. We put information in front of them that can assure them that the way the food is produced is ethical, that it's healthy, it's safe to eat. AMA created a Facebook group called the AMA Backyard Barbecue. What Taste Alberta did is we got involved and partnered with them to bring that local food story to barbecue. And we worked with Janice Smella with Smellicue and Russell Bird with You Need a Barbecue and some other chefs also. We started doing Ask Me Anything. That was like a series of questions that we set up in real time that people could come on and ask us anything about the food, anything about barbecue. We went out to the chefs and then to the farmers and we answered their questions with a video.
So where does the feed come from?
Feed comes from a local feed mill in Calgary here.
So it's local?
Yes.
Do you use some of the feed from your own farm?
Yes, we use our wheat. We blend in our whole wheat.
You can just about bank on the fact if you buy peas or beans or lentils or chickpeas in our stores, they've been grown in Alberta.
You guys do something quite unique. You do something called A2 milk.
Basically, A2 milk is a milk which has a different protein structure than that of regular milk. So the A1 milk is responsible for a lot of the reactions people have to milk.
We've got some questions that people posed. Run me down how many eggs you produce. The idea really is that the two cowboys are taking you on a journey, courtesy of AMA and Taste Alberta, to learn what the kind of things are that you can cook right here from your own backyard.
I think there will be always a need to talk about how your food is produced and to keep those facts in front of consumers versus like there's a lot of misconceptions about how your food is grown and raised. And with social media, we see a lot of that come up. We'll post a story and there'll be this, really good discussion that's happening, but some of it's not quite based on truth. And so it gives us an opportunity to kind of let them know what we're doing and, open the doors kind of thing and be upfront about it. And so I think that more and more that's going to be needed in the future, and I think Taste Alberta can fill that role. You see a lot more people asking for local. You see it more even in your grocery store. There'll be more labeling. I think we eat great food in Alberta. I know it because I work with farmers. That's the kind of information I like to share with my friends, my family, and the rest of Albertans through Taste Alberta is, we produce amazing food in Alberta. You should choose Alberta food first because it is high quality. They follow strict standards. It's delicious.